So I've seen the Batman get a lot of hate, and a lot of it, a lot of it can be a lot of good criticism, a lot of constructive criticism that can be fixed in the future. But a lot of it is just unnecessary bullshit. And a lot of it is actually coming from Snyder fans too, which is just, it's so bizarre. You know what I mean? You would think that people from the Snyder community would want this movie to succeed, but when you really look into the background of everything, they really think that Matt Reeves stole this movie from like Ben Affleck, and they constantly are asking for Ben Affleck to be back. And it's somewhat kind of embarrassing, kind of weird. You know what I mean? The constant need for the Snyderverse to be restored. It's really just embarrassing. It's like you already got what you wanted, which was the Snyder cut. Why can't you just leave it at that? But to go on with my, of course, point is that, there's a lot of people, and like especially this guy Mercury. He's one of the most infamous motherfuckers on fucking Twitter. The Snyder Cut, or the Snyderverse. There was the first image of the Riddler coming out. It was more of like a behind the scenes, or like, the camera test for the Riddler. Basically just showing him off in very natural, white lighting that shows off his costume. It's not trying to set a tone. It's not like a poster. It's just like a normal photo shoot. And he's like basically saying the Batman stands can't speak on David Ayer ever. And I'm over here thinking, like, on what part can we not compare, or can we not speak on David Ayer's depiction on fucking Killer Croc, on fucking, I'm trying to think of all the other characters before the obvious one, like fucking Harley Quinn, her outfit was terrible, and Joker. Bro, you're telling me that this Riddler looks as bad as this Joker? At least this fucking Riddler is inspired. What the fuck is Joker inspired by? What is this Joker inspired by? Oh, he had tattoos in a comic once. Holy shit, so cool. Oh, he has the slick back hair like an Endgame. Holy shit, so comic accurate. I'm so fucking impressed. Oh, he has a damage tattoo to symbolize that he's mentally damaged. Holy shit. That is one of the most inspired decisions ever from a director. I can't even wrap my head around it. They need to release the Ayer cut now. And it's, shut the fuck up. How is this edgy at all? He calls this is the same level edgy and underdesigned as Twitter claims SS is. No, man. It is underdesigned and edgy. It feels more inspired than anything else. It's inspired by the Zodiac Killer. Like, let's be honest, if the Zodiac Killer existed today, this is most likely what he would dress like, right? If you look at the artist's depiction of the Zodiac Killer, what witnesses say this is what he looks like, you would obviously see a clear similarity. At least there's some inspiration there. And the inspiration makes complete sense because the fucking motherfucker Zodiac Killer, whose name I believe was Greg, can't believe people let that man get away with that, with his name being Greg. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, he would give riddles to the fucking cops. It's like one-on-one. It's a perfect example. It would be interesting if the Zodiac Killer never existed, and this is like this world's Zodiac Killer. And it also reminds me of like Gotham by Gaslight, where Batman's going and fighting like the Jack Ripper or whatever. That's very reminiscent of this, where he's going out and fighting like a real life killer, a real life serial killer. Like, what would Batman do against a Zodiac Killer is essentially what this is. But it's just under-designed and it's the same level of edginess as the Suicide Squad's designs. The points like speak for themselves. It's not even comparable. The Suicide Squad's fucking designs were really bad, besides like Deadshot. Katana was really good. I kind of like Captain Boomerang's design. El Diablo is literally just some guy in a tank top and jeans with a bunch of tattoos. And but okay, yeah, this one's so under-designed. It's just so uninspired. Like, get out of here, bro. This guy, by the way, I actually had a conversation. I don't know. It was kind of funny. It was kind of interesting. Essentially, I said, not a Snyder fan criticizing something for being edgy. And Like, I'm not trying to bash Snyder because realistically, I love Snyder. He got me into Superman comics. When I watched Man of Steel when I was like 12, my mom took me to Barnes and Noble and we went and bought Earth 1 Superman. And I was so excited to read that shit. And I went and watched Man of Steel and that shit blew my mind. Seeing Superman fly through water towers and bash Zod through fucking 7-Elevens, bro. It was fucking awesome. Are you kidding me? It was one of the fucking best things about like my childhood in the movie theater. Like, that's one of my best memories in movie theaters, watching Man of Steel and just fucking being overwhelmed while my mom covered her ears by the fucking sheer action going on in my face. But that got me into Superman comics. I went home and read all of fucking Earth 1 in one night. I wanted to read New 52 Superman. I wanted to fucking draw Superman and shit like that. I was so inspired because of fucking Man of Steel. And I love BVS. As much as I hate Batman being a cold-blooded murderer, and I think we can all agree that if he wasn't and his first intent to kill was Superman, the movie would have been legitimately 10 times better. Besides Batman just murdering tons of criminals and driving over their heads after crushing a trust. I mean, like, and besides that, I genuinely enjoy BVS. I went with a bunch of friends and watched it, and it was a really funny fucking movie experience because whenever Batman referenced like the villains, like when he did that one Joker reference in the first meeting of Clark and Bruce, there was some guy in front of us, some really nerdy fat guy, he laughed so hard and nobody else gave a fuck, but like we were all just chuckling behind him because it was. But BVS was fun. BVS for me at least was a good experience, and even though the action was overwhelming and fucking nuts, it was still an enjoyable movie. And I love Zack Snyder's Justice League as well. So none of this is a dig towards Snyder. But he's done some edgy shit as well. Let's just be honest. He's done some edgy shit in his movies. It's just like not even fucking deniable. You cannot deny what the fuck his edginess has been. Like you can literally see it. I'm sorry. It's just it's not super edgy, but it's there, And then, of course, he replied saying, "Imagine using this as a diss in 2020. Like it's not true. Like Snyder isn't fucking edgy, or like his fans aren't edgy and fucking annoying as well." And I kind of dropped one here. I was like, not even a diss, homie. I just think it's funny you can call the Batman edgy when you be comparing 9/11 to BVS jokingly. Like, this man legitimately compared 9/11 to BVS. He posted hashtag never forget on 9/11 with images from the opening sequence of BVS. Of course, he got 4 likes and one quote tweet, and I'm pretty sure he saw that quote tweet and was like, oh, fuck, that's probably a bad idea. But, like, why would you ever post that at all? That is the most edgy shit, to post a fucking 9/11 joke in 2021, and you're telling me that I can't use a diss calling Snyder's fans or Snyder edgy in 2022? What are you talking about? Like, first of all, that's just... Who makes a tweet like that? Why would you ever do that? That makes you look so fucking stupid and bad. Like, that is just beyond a joke at that point. That's just kind of disrespectful. You are comparing events to a fictional movie about superheroes to a fucking tragedy that started a war. Bro, what the fuck was on your mind? What were you smoking that morning to make you do that? That was... It's still shocking. Like, I can't wrap my head around it because I just can't think of the stupidest person doing that, let alone somebody who has an actual fucking following doing that. In the year 2021, 20 years after the events, like, you think that was smart? Like, what the fuck? People are especially looking at everything right now, and you think that's a good idea. Okay. Anyway, he's not the only offender with this whole fucking Snyder hate circle jerker thing. We have Geralt, and of course, he tries to say that he's all about positivity. You'll never see me attacking people personally who enjoy WW84 Wonder Woman, the Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker. Some of my friends like these things. We don't have to, blah, blah, blah. But, he's clearly biased towards fucking Snyder. He's only caring about Snyder. Like, it's the only person that he cares about. And this is another thing, right? Is that I just think this is fine. Everybody has their own opinion, right? But he asks, which upcoming movie are you most excited for? I'll go first. Morbius. I just thought this reply was fucking hilarious. This guy replied, he was like, Morbius over the Batman? I'm just like, bro, that was my exact thought. I'm like, who the fuck is excited for Jared Leto being a vampire? Over fucking Batman? Oh, really? I don't know. Like, maybe like a little bit like below Batman, like really below Batman, but really over Batman? You were more excited over it's just a baffling thing to think about, you know what I mean? And he was like, Batman's looking dope, but it's gonna be the debut of Morbius, so who the fuck cares about the debut of Morbius? I'm just when is that movie coming out? Like April? Like the beginning of April 1st or some shit? I just can't wrap my head around people being excited about that movie. I'm sorry. That's just a little too far with an opinion, you know what I mean? But of course, he comes out and saying like early screeners called it a masterpiece, and it was 3 hours long. But now several reports and even Rotten Tomatoes is claiming that Batman is 2 hours and 13 minutes. So release the Reeves cut? Please don't start this shit with Reeves. Please don't. He doesn't need it. He actually got full creative control the instant he signed on. They were just like, okay, we just want it to be like a Batman year 2. Do your thing. And he was like, okay. So, you know, he doesn't need to have any cut released because he already has this. There might be an extended cut because apparently there was a 4-hour cut of the movie. So if we see that, that would be a dream come true. But man, to even insinuate that like he needs a cut of his own, I'm pretty sure he doubles down on this in the fucking comments of this actual tweet. And he's not joking. It's like this is his thing. It's goofy, and it's really trying to paint the movie in a bad light. I mean, he's already trying to paint the movie in a bad light, saying that the movie, rumoring and putting it out there with his like 25,000 followers, saying that the movie's gonna be 2 hours and 13 minutes long. Like it was actually cut down by WB, and he actually got his movie cut down by WB because it was too long. Bro, please, come on. You were just throwing this out there for Snyder fans. All these people have Snyderverse in their name. They are legitimately followed by majority Snyder fans who regurgitate this shit out, and I see it all the fucking time, and it's just so fucking annoying. It is really, really annoying because there's no point to it. There's really no actual point. People are just like, even right now, he's like, there's a new Batman movie coming out in less than 30 days, and shills are still crying about the GOAT Batfleck. Nobody right now gives a flying fuck about Ben Affleck. The movie this man constantly bashes is even bashing right now with the new suit fucking being a little bit shown off in a small snippet. He's bashing it constantly over and over again. Oh, I thought this was a helmet. Blah, blah, blah bullshit. And now that movie has Ben Affleck in there. You realize that, right? You're telling people to not give a fuck and to boycott the last appearance of Batfleck. And it's like hilarious because not only do Batman stans, or the Batman fans give a fuck about Batfleck, but Ben Affleck doesn't give a fuck about Batfleck. He's donezo, bro. They don't care. Michael Keaton's back. Michael Keaton gives more of a fuck about Batman than Ben Affleck. So don't come here acting like people give a fuck about Batfleck. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares. And bro, this restored the like Snyder shit. The Snyderverse shit, the release the air cut on Valentine's Day though. Like, do you really got nothing better to do on Valentine's? I'm like, legitimately, are you really going to be sitting on Twitter all day retweeting all of the people that say release the air cut and release the Snyder cut? You told 30,000 people to do that, and you're going to spend all of Valentine's Day not with some girl. I mean, I know what I'm doing. But like, you're on Valentine's Day though. I ain't gonna waste 5 seconds saying release or the fucking air cut or release the Snyderverse or whatever the fuck. These things need to die off. We need to stop caring. We need to look towards the future and at least try to look for something a little bit better. And it seems like Snyder's moved on to something a little bit better in Netflix. So he's getting multi-million-dollar deals on Netflix. Why the fuck would he care about WB when they're just gonna fucking throw him out again whenever something goes bad. You think something's gonna go good and like they're gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna do 50 more fucking movies. No, if the worst case scenario, if Rebel Moon does shit on fucking Netflix, they're never gonna want him back. And like it's like it would be cool to see his movies again, but it's most likely not gonna happen. At this point, you got what you wanted with the Snyder Cut, and that should be enough. But the fact you guys keep wanting more is like it's so obsessive and weird. Like, what if this never ever happens? Are you going to do this for the rest of your life? Are you? And I'm just having a bit of fun. I bet these people are really nice people in real life and they're just exaggerating their shit. But the way they present themselves is just stupid and bad and like obsessive and weird. And it's like, bro, Snyder fans, some of the good ones are good. You know what I mean? The ones that accept Snyder fans that are DC fans are the good ones. You know what I mean? But Snyder fans that just bash everything or like look down upon everything post Snyder Cut and basically going into Flashpoint and a Wonder Woman trilogy and of course Black Adam, they're so fucking doubtful of these movies' successes. And it's like, bro, why are you just so fucking negative? Just fucking enjoy the movie. If you are a real DC fan, which most Snyder fans, or at least most of the bad ones, are not, then it's just like, and it's like, even bro, Snyder one time said that the Dark Knight Returns Batman shot some fucking woman in the face in front of a toddler. And like that is one of the most inaccurate statements ever. Like people are saying it's up for interpretation, but in my opinion, bro, when you look at that panel, you go 10 pages forward, and he's literally saying how he's never killed before, how he wants to kill the mutant leader, but he hasn't broken his rule in 30 years, so he's just gonna go out there and fight him. And it's like he never killed that woman in front of that toddler, and anybody who thinks that Batman did that is a little bit crazy. It's like Snyder said that and everybody latched onto it and it's never went away. And it's like one of the weird things about the Snyder fans who like constantly think that is actually like a Batman that should be accepted or something, even though Snyder himself shows why Batman killing is bad. It's like such a weird thing with Snyder fans where they like Batman killing, but they also don't understand how that's bad. And it's like Snyder has already explained that. And some reason, like some of them just don't understand that. And they're like, Batman kills in all the movies. He's got to kill in this movie. It's so exciting. I can't wait until he kills. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? So that's my rant about the Snyder fans. I think it was cohesive. I think it was understandable. I got everything off my chest. I actually feel a little bit better because I've always had heated debates about Snyder fans with Snyder fans against Snyder fans. It's like, it was so tiring and draining because they're just so obsessive and nutty. And I genuinely love the Snyder Cut. I'm glad that actually happened. I'm legitimately happy that, people that wanted it and got it in a very peaceful and kind way got it. But the obsessive, disrespectful people, the people that are just fucking off the wall crazy that went a little too far, are the people that I'm talking about in this video. So if you're a Snyder fan and you like his work and you're not like a fucking obsessive nutball, that's fine. Go ahead and keep doing your thing. But if you are, bro, please check yourself. Please just take a second and just be like, am I doing anything that even remarkably looks like it's mentally sane? Because realistically, it does not. It really doesn't. So thank you guys for watching. Man, I feel so much better about talking about this. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.